Hello, welcome to Card Minds. Thank you for stopping by. This is going to be a Sagittarius mid-month money and career reading for January 2022. It looks like I didn't upload Sagittarius, and it looks like I'm into February readings, and I haven't even uploaded January. So apologies for that, Sagittarius. I am going to do a mid-month reading right now to see what energies you have at the moment, and then it will be followed by a February reading. Again, apologies, it does happen sometimes. There are a lot of readings, a lot of signs. So let's get started. Sagittarius, a lot of cards want to come out, obviously. Let's get started, Sagittarius. Money and career, mid-month January for right now. And then you will get a second one back to back. Seven of Wands, the Hermit, Four of Wands, 10 of Wands. Let's keep going, Sagittarius. A lot of cards wanting to come out. The Moon, the Emperor. Thank you for the person that left me a message. Again, this is not intentionally. Sometimes we just have a lot of readings to do, and some signs just fall through the cracks. Apologies for that, Sagittarius. Okay. Let's just straighten these out a little bit. Very good. And we have the Hermit down here. Sagittarius. Money and career in this mid-month of January. Hierophant. A lot of major arcana. Six of Swords. Sagittarius, mid-January. The Star, beautiful. Ooh, lots of cards. Let me put these back, try to get the right one. Sagittarius, money and career. Okay, here we go. King of Pentacles and Page of Swords. All right, Sagittarius, let's go right in. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana in this month of January. It is an important moment. You have taken the time to reflect. Taking the time to reflect on the past situation that was disappointing. You felt like you were, it's not betrayed. You felt like you were just disappointed in the attitude of people, disappointed in the choices of people and the decisions made, and you felt that, you know, it wasn't, people were not on your side. It's sort of gone against you. You had to defend yourself, whatever it is, however you connect with this. It might be in a job, or maybe you didn't get a job, maybe you applied for a job and you didn't get the offer, or you didn't get the job and you were disappointed, or maybe a promotion, you didn't get the promotion and you didn't agree with them, or all in all, a project or something that you were working on, you felt you were left out, and also just that those challenges and disagreements, and just feeling all in all that people were not on your side. That is you understanding. Also, we don't have the Tower card. I believe that has already happened, but that disappointment, that moment in time where you realize that was no longer for you, and you're disconnecting, or you just don't connect anymore, and people don't really care. Is that that's the sort of feeling? You entered that that introspection, right? Knowing that you had to transfer, you had to move on to something else, right? Restructuring yourself. The Hierophant is about understanding, right? You have the Hermit rooted by the Hierophant. Understanding that you, Sagittarius, want a conservative way. You want to go back to a process that has proven good for you, a job that was good for you, people that were good for you, or just something that you are familiar with, but a structure that you are familiar with, something you can follow that you're familiar with. That is what you're trying to do. Seeing a perspective that is familiar to you, and that you can sort of like go back to roots, go back to rooted ways, right? What has already proven to work in the past. Not reinventing the wheel, not reinventing yourself, not recreating a complete career. No, this is not something completely new. You want to embark on something completely new. I think that you really want to go back to something that that's more conventional, right? And that you want to work in a structure. So let's say, you know, you were a school teacher, you're going back to that, or you were a nurse, you're going back to that, or you are going back to school for a career that you enjoyed before, and you're honing your skills, you're getting another diploma. You want structure. You want structure. And that is what is making you comfortable. That is what is sort of giving you balance. That very structured way of working. Can be in law enforcement, can be a lawyer, can be, right, a nurse, a teacher, something that requires to get into a path and follow certain ways. And that's, you're going through that cycle. It is a little bit heavy, right? These are reminiscence. These are energies reminiscent of that preceding path or that preceding cycle that just weighed heavy on you, and you just, you know, you just all in all disappointed in those energies. But you're now celebrating this transition in this new path. You have a new way of thinking. You have a new energy. You have younger energy, Page of Swords. You are now sort of freed yourself of that past job, that past career that you just, you know, and maybe you were stuck in that career and you really had to reassess who you were, reassess what was good for you, what you connect to, and what your professional environment is best for you. What is best for you? What are you most comfortable in to thrive, to build, to open up, right, in the next chapter? And I think that is now, you once you move past, let go of the negative, let go of those people that pulled you down or didn't believe in you, or, right? Let go of that, because you're now in a moment where you are going to believe in yourself. You're going to trust yourself on this path, even though this is a path that you're aware of, or that you're familiar with, not aware of, that you're familiar with. This is something that you're pushing forward, that you are very, you want to be in that, back in that job, or back in that energy, or back with those people, right? And you're celebrating that. You're celebrating knowing finally what you want and what makes you happy. But it was anxiety driven. It is anxiety driven, right? Because you have to, you've decided, right? But I feel like for the longest time you were in that cycle, you were in that job where you weren't comfortable. And here we have the Emperor, Sagittarius. The Emperor is about, you know, that power within, that power of leadership, making choices, calling the shots. If this is not you, Sagittarius, this is someone helping you, guiding you along the way, pushing you forward in this new path. New energies, new ways of thinking. Pages are blooming, blossoming, new energies, light energies, almost like childlike, naive-like. Not naive in a sense you don't know what you're doing. Naive in a sense where you're refreshed and you're creative and you're curious of the world again, enjoying this new path, right? Finding that energy that you didn't have anymore because you didn't belong in that cycle anymore. All right, let's see if we can get some more cards. Again, the Emperor. This Emperor, if this is not you, Sagittarius, the Emperor is someone very, very important by your side. Can be a father figure, someone older, a mentor, a teacher, a boss, someone hiring you. And you have the King of Pentacles as well, can be the same person. Someone believing in you, right? And someone this is a provider. But so if this is not someone helping you find that new path and gravitate towards, you know, what belongs to you, what you feel comfortable, that comfort zone that you're looking for. If this is you, you now have a clear vision of what you want because you have double the Emperor, right? You now, I believe, conflicts don't scare you anymore since you know you have reflected, you have meditated, finding those solutions, finding that energy, pushing forward in, you know, you want this structure pushing forward, right? And you have the final say. Right? And you're not hesitating, Sagittarius, to use your power to protect yourself, to protect others, but to above all, protect yourself, because you don't want to go back into those negative, almost disrespectful energies, right? You're claiming your leadership. You're claiming your power. You're not going to let anybody let you down anymore, right? You create calmness, even if there's chaos now. You're carefully strategizing, moving forward in that different way, right? Mapping out your solutions. I just did a Libra. It was a little bit like that, mapping out, almost like I had that sense of Excel sheets, like mapping out strategies on prioritizing the options, the jobs, the paths, what exactly, weighing the pros and cons, right? Almost like mathematically. Now, this is not in the same way, but you are carefully strategizing and mapping out your solutions to solve all the problems, and then, you know, and once that is done and you have a clear path and you understand what is good for you, what makes you happy and what gives you energy and mental ambition, then you gain wisdom of that. What we always gain wisdom of obstacles and problems we have to solve. And then we see clear because we know we don't want that. And we understand what is good for us and what we're good at and how we can put our talent out there and our power out there. What we can put on the table, right? That wisdom and that experience, all this negative here has brought you to this whole new level of experience and new energy, guiding you, guiding others, helping others, Let's see if we can pull some more cards here. Are you helping others, Sagittarius? It is possible. Too many cards. Let's see if there are more cards that want to come out in this money and career. Yes. Yes, look at that. The Wheel of Fortune. Yes. So this energy is pushing forward now. You're no longer stuck, right? You have the 10 of Wands. It's the end of that cycle, that difficult cycle. But it's more than difficult. It was disappointing. Disappointing. Comment down below. Let me know what happened exactly. And again, Sagittarius, I apologize for these readings that just, I don't know where they went. Apologies for that. It does happen. But here we are with this Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is there to say, yes, life is a constant flow. And now you are in that growing flow again, that growing flow of energy. You're now entering that new cycle where you're leaving everything behind. You're accepting what happened. You're processed what happened. You know that there is baggage along the way. You know everybody else has baggage, but as the Emperor is here, it has given you wisdom and experience to move on to that next step and now know much better what you're worth. Your worth, your experience, and know much better what you can bring to the table and how you can find your happiness and your balance. And this Wheel of Fortune is just to tell you, that yes, these energies are in constant movement, right? But from now on, it's going to get better and better and better. And the wheel is there to say, just be optimistic, have faith in the universe, have faith in yourself. What you've been through, a lot of people have been through the past 2 years, the past few years have been extremely difficult, career-wise, energy-wise, personally, finding our way, understanding what this was made of, and how you could mold this energy to your power, make your power out of it, and push forward in something that belongs to you, believing in yourself, right? The more you send out those positive energies, the more you're believing in yourself, the more you believe in expanding, right? Willing to expand life in a positive direction, right? Opening up yourself to others, opening up yourself to the world, being curious of the world, being curious of doing new things, ambitious again, the desire of exploring new territories, the desire of getting a new job and discovering. But I think for you, it's getting a new job back in that thing that you really love, back in that environment, that structure that you really relish, really, and that you're comfortable in, that makes you happy. Everybody has a different trajectory. Everybody has different ways of connecting to their professional environment. Some people need a lot of structure. Some people hate structure. Some people love to be guided and enter a big enterprise and with codes and regulations, and that gives them comfort and security. And other people can't stand that, need to be independent, need to be freelance, need to do their own thing. They don't like to have a boss, a manager, yada yada yada. Everyone is different. Everyone has a different talent. Everybody has a different energy. Everybody searches for their own way, right? And this Wheel of Fortune is that factors. If you're open to the help of others, and if this is someone helping you, and there's several people here, right? If this is someone helping you, I believe this is the same person. If you're, just be open to that help, open to those offers, open to that mentor or that guidance, because that is those are factors that can be outside of your control, Sagittarius, and they're influencing your situation. But that's okay. That's okay, right? But if you are someone that really needs structure and that really needs control and stability and conventional ways, sometimes it can be a little challenging, right? But accept what's happening, adapt. If it's not exactly what you wanted, or exactly in that same environment with the same people, with that same structure, that's okay. That's okay. You can adapt to that. If it's a job you like, if it's, if it's that you want, if it's a little different, that's okay. Because I between the two emperors and the Hierophant, it's highly controlled, right? It is an environment that's controlled, that has a lot of codes, a lot of regulations. Comment down below, let me know exactly what this is all about. But if it's a little but if that's something you want, it looks like it's something you want, that brings you comfort, that brings you security, right? And mental security and financial security. And this is something that you want to be in. So adapt, go with the flow, and these opportunities are coming in. This new opportunity is coming in. Let's see if there's more, but it's really a reprieve. The star is about a reprieve of a moment, after a moment that was tricky, that was difficult. And I can see that you feel like you had to defend yourself, keep those boundaries up, keep that safe space around you. And then maybe that's why you want this, go back to this structured thing. Maybe you tried a different job, or it was a bit all over the place, or a lot of ego going on, or something like that, where you just didn't connect, and now you want to go back to what you were doing before. And you have the Empress. This can be caring for others, helping for others. The Empress is all about love, all about being there for others, right? But also in a period of growth, in a period of personal growth. Everything that you've been wanting, even though I think you were in a job or in a situation that you just weren't comfortable in anymore, right? You were working on this new path. You were working on figuring it out, and knowing what the next step was going to be. And you also know what you wanted. You also knew that you needed to go back to a certain way, or a certain job, or certain people that you enjoyed maybe working with, right? And so this new growth now, this new growth coming in, Sagittarius, is something you've planted before, that you've imagined, that you've manifested, and this is sort of coming to fruition. Take a moment to reflect, right? It's that what you're accomplishing now is sort of full circle, and what you did before, if you didn't connect to it and it wasn't for you, that's okay. That's how we experience, that's how we get our experience, that's why we know what we don't want, and that is how we push forward and reinvent ourselves, because we know what we don't want, and little by little we accept and we understand what we do want, what is good for us, right? And it's only by trials and of failures and successes that we understand what we're made of and what we can bring to the table. So take a moment to reflect on what surrounds you, right? And what you've created, who you are, and how you like to work. Allow yourself the time and space to enter this different frame of mind, to enter this different way of working, to enter this different world, right? This is important for your growth. This is important for your grounded energy and for your well-being. And she is someone very grounded, very nurturing. She knows what is important to stay stable and be open to others, be open to the love of others, be open to the care of others. You could be doing something, social work. Again, you can be caring for people, helping people, teacher, nurse, mentor, social worker, social justice. So any of the above. You could be helping people. Or you can be in a more creative, but I don't think this doesn't look like creating. There are not a lot of cups. I really think this is helping people in a specific structure. You've been working really hard and waiting, but everything you work towards, everything you have, all these seeds you planted, all these people you connected with, all these ways you figured out to make it happen. Maybe you had to go back to school. Maybe you had to, get mentorship. Maybe you had to test other jobs to just see, figure out your way. That you have waited a long time, and this is all coming to fruition. You are going to see the results of your hard work, and also bringing in finances. Apologies for the sirens. Yes, finding that serenity, finding that emotional balance. This new path is really bringing you comfort, bringing you serenity, and bringing you emotional awareness that maybe you didn't have before, and that maybe that is how you got lost in that old job, that you just, it was too overwhelming. The people were too overwhelming, and they just didn't have your back, and that's okay. That's okay. That's how we move on to another pattern. That's how we move on to another chapter. And we know, right, this was a highly pressured job, a lot of conflicts, day-to-day conflicts, not seeing eye to eye. Maybe you just didn't agree with those people. Maybe you just didn't agree with those policies politically, whatever it is, whatever it was. Comment down below. This is something that I always say in all my readings, in all my money and career readings. As we end a job, it doesn't mean it was bad. It doesn't mean the people were bad. It doesn't mean there was always a conflict or it ended in a tower moment and it was extremely difficult. No, sometimes it's just the end of a chapter. No matter how we turn around, hang in, keep going and thinking that's going to pass and it's just a bad patch, and we'll continue. I've been in that job for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. It's my career. I know that there are moments, the ups and downs, and I just have to keep plugging and hanging in. Sometimes it's just the end of that chapter, and no one's right or wrong. It is just a time where you're moving on to something else. Time for you to ascend to something else, to rise to something else, right? Bigger, bolder, showing new powers, new energies. And the transition is difficult always. Whether the people were wonderful or not, whether you loved your job or not, whether it was your passion or not, it doesn't make a difference. It is always difficult. Whether you have something already lined up behind it or not, it is something. The transition is always difficult because we leave a routine behind. We leave a comfort zone behind. We leave known to go into unknown, and that is always something we have to apprentice again and get used to. A new pattern, used to a new job. It is new, right? We have to adapt to new people, start learning again, start making connections again, and being in the unknown, leaving the known for the unknown, even though the known was crappy and you're going into good. It's still something you knew, as opposed to something you have to completely reinvent and rediscover. And that is what the tricky thing is, right? The transition. All right, let's see if there's some more cards. Sagittarius. Again, I apologize. I feel bad for, I thought all Sagittarius readings were up, so I thank the subscriber that told me that they weren't up. So thank you for that. Apologies again. Four of Cups, that is, you know, disconnecting. You now understand that it's a disconnect. You know, you're no longer interested and you're away from that preceding job, career, project. Take it as it resonates. Queen of Wands. There you are, Sag. Queen of Wands. You're in your power. The Queen of Wands is goal-oriented. She makes it happen. She builds. She turns ideas into reality. So now you're pushing into your power. But yes, it takes a moment to transition. It takes a moment to, you know, move to another complete different, more conventional job. But I feel like it's something you've done before. Comment down below. All right, let's see if there's one more card, Sagittarius, and I will upload this as soon as I can. And I'm going to do another reading for February right after this, too, so you have the continuing of your energies, so you have a little perspective on this energy moving forward, because I feel like you're really in the middle of that transition. Even though you know what it's going to look like, you're not quite there yet. Have you started it yet? I don't know. You know what it's going to be, but I don't know if you've started it yet. Yes, because you're at the end. The 10 of Wands, 2 times the 10 of Wands, you're pushing. You might still be at that job, at that tail end where you know you're leaving, but you know, and again, those moments, the last few weeks, the last few days, the last few months, when you know you're leaving are extremely painful, right? You had to prove yourself over and over and over again, but you're leaving. You're into something completely new. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Sagittarius. Again, my apologies, but I'm going to go straight into February, so you're going to get both up at the same time. So you're going to get the follow-up to this. Let's see what's happening in February. If you're starting a new job or a new project or working with new people or structuring up, you know, a project, you know, let's see what's going on in February. If you enjoyed this reading, thank you so much for subscribing and hitting the bell, for all your likes and your comments. If you have never watched any of my readings, you might want to check some money and career readings for 2022. And thank you so much for watching, and moving on again directly to February. Take care, Sagittarius. Bye-bye.